The Bobby Brown Show is the place to be. We talk about freedom and liberty, faith, life, and walking in victory. From politics to movie reviews, biblical teaching to the latest in the news. The Bobby Brown Show is the place to be. The Bobby Brown Show is the place to be. The Bobby Brown Show is the place to be. Share, 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 like and 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 share. The Bobby Brown Show. The Bobby Brown Show.
Welcome to another episode of the Bobby Brown Show. I'm your host, Bobby Brown. Before we get started, make sure you hit that like button. Want to get the algorithm up? Don't wait, hit it now. What you waiting on? Super smash that like button. All right, and make sure you're still subscribed because they be unsubscribing y'all. I don't come up here every day, so they on purpose to unsubscribe people. There was a time where it was almost 11,000. Now we're under 9,500. So I don't blame my topics. A lot of times I also blame the algorithm, just not in my favor because I'm not up here every day. And I do say some controversial things sometimes. And I'm not a side. I don't take sides. I believe in taking over. And honestly speaking, I believe, me personally, I think we need more Democrats. We need black people in the Democratic Party. We need more black people in the Republican Party. We need them by the droves. If you're a conservative black man, I salute you. Just don't be dogmatic. Just don't worship these leaders. Do your thing. Go to the Republican Party. Grow that base and promote conservative values in the black community. If you are a liberal black man, you're in the Democratic Party, take it over. I mean, you pretty much took it over anyway, but take your power. Take it over. When I say take over, you take over the whole thing. I mean, you guys can literally, you have the power to actually bring them to their knees. Or as Hillary Clinton would say, bring them to heel. You have the power. All you have to do is threaten the lead. And watch, these people will give you anything you want, but most of you ain't got the power to say, I'm out of here. And people like me, I'm just one that decided not to support no party. I'm going to be a base. I'm a base of independence that's saying, hey, if you want the support, one of y'all got to come with something. This is a business agreement. This is a business deal. I'm not married to you. You're not family to me. We're not in a relationship like that. Everything, your mindset concerning politics should be always business, not my friend or family. No, white supremacy runs both sides of the aisles, and that's how they maintain their supremacy, by dominating both parties. They can't dominate independence unless it's an independent party. Outside the party, you can't dominate something that you can't control. That's why I'm in an area where you can't control me. And slowly but surely, we get more people like that where you can't control them. They finally coming together and say, hey, you want this. And Malcolm X talked about this when he started the so-called black nationalist movement. It's like, we're black people over here, and if you want our support, these are some things you're going to have to do for us. He who can make this happen, he who barters a deal to make this happen, you're going to get the support of this segment of black society. But you better come with it. This ain't business. I mean, this ain't family. This ain't friends. I don't trust you, and I will never, ever trust you. But when it comes to business, it's a different thing. I don't need your trust. I just need to understand that I'm going to get the job done. You get the job done. I'm not trying to be your family member. Now, anyway, this is not what I came in to talk about. I don't have that much time. It really hurts me to see this, how the media has so much brainwashed people into fear. They are hired fear merchants out here. Hired. There's some people you ain't got to hire. They done bought the fear so much that they're consumed with fear, and now they going on YouTube and TikTok and everything, spreading that fear around in order to get you into fear. Fear is faith in reverse. Faith is when you believe that you receive the best that God has for you. You activate faith to make it manifest. Faith in God to manifest. Or faith in your wife, faith in your son, whoever. You're believing the best out of them, expecting to get the best results out of them. That's faith. Fear is the same thing, but opposite. You believe the worst of them, and you're expecting the worst result, which will give you the worst result because you're expecting that. And the media and these political parties and these political pundits and they hired underlings that they paid people like Roland Martin, people like Oprah Winfrey, and all these people paid underlings, and they have them in the Republican Party. They'll pay you and say if the liberal had their way, the country gonna go into hell in a basket. I mean, you got these fear merchants. Trump has been guilty of fear merchant, but there's some basis to some of his truth, because a lot of things he talked about, he didn't instill fear. But then let me go back to say this. He kind of sometimes you can instill fear without just talking about the basic what's going to happen if we don't have a change. But how you take that determines, was that a message of faith or fear? These people that I'm showing you are literally in a fright campaign. They are frightened out of their mind, and they're spreading it to everybody else. Case in point, your old boy Ricky Smiley, part of Divine Nine. I don't know how he become part of the D9, and those D9 political radio hosts, TV show hosts, they are spitting this fear. None of them talking about faith. Faith in what this party could have did. I believe more things could have happened. This race could have been more closer if you had an agenda, you had faith in your agenda, and you can back it up. Because even when you believe God for something, you have to have scriptures to back it up according to my faith. You have to have scriptures to back that up. It reinforces your belief for that thing to manifest. You just can't say, hey, I'm believing God for a wife. You can believe all you want. You got nothing to promise you that. But when you got promises to back up your belief, you're confident in that thing manifesting because of the promises. Likewise in this, because of the promises, you're confident that this can change because through faith, because you got the word of faith to back up faith. You got scriptures to back up what you desire. But likewise with fear, if you got scriptures to back up what you fear, then that's a different story. The problem is, when it comes to fear, you don't have to have a backup, because mankind naturally has a fear, and we have to get out of fear and get into faith. Now let me get into Ricky Smiley. This was Ricky Smiley before the election took place. I mean, during the election. Boy, he wasn't having a good day.
The president will not be speaking tonight. Nobody should be waiting to hear.
It is a very sad and disappointing day to everybody that has put so much hard work into the campaign. It's sad and disappointing because we put so much, a lot of us went out and voted and did what we had to do. Let me say,
a lot of you guys went out and voted because you were scared. You're scared of the boogeyman, the fascists, the man with the little that don't have a little mustache, ugly Trump bad. And look, these things can all be true about Trump, but that don't mean you get out of faith, because faith overcome fear. Let me say this real quick. I don't give a crap who's in office. If God literally blesses America, we can continue to confess that over America, because faith produces, and faith produces sometime by you speaking out of your mouth, saying, whatsoever things you desire when you pray, believe that you're receiving, you shall have it. Therefore I say unto you, Jesus was teaching people how to activate faith. Therefore I say unto you, saying, you say God bless America, then you got to trust that God bless America, that if anything get out of whack and too far, God gonna deal with that person. God's gonna deal with that person. You don't believe that? Look, if this man, Trump, let's talk about Trump for example. If God wanted this man to be out of here, he'll be out of here. If God wanted you to be out of here, you'll be out of here. It's not that God instrumented and God doing the taking. God is not taking your life, but doors will open up because your own things that you've done. Doors will open up for you to get taken out of his life. And when people say, well, God took him home, no, you made decisions that caused you to go home early. Talking about Job, the devil went to Job. Went to God about Job and said, "No, Job was in fear," and the Lord was like, "Well, you got access to him. I mean, I only can do what Job allowed me to do. I'm not a takeover God. I'm not a God that's going to usurp your authority on this earth. I have things that I may do for the earth, but when it comes to your own personal life, I'm not going to absorb that. So you see right now he's exposed because of his fear. So I can't stop you from doing what you want to do because Joe's not allowing me. He's in fear. He's not in faith. I only can operate on faith, not fear. And folks, these people getting you in fear, not faith, and you leaving yourself open for bad things to happen to you. And then it's not going, it may not come from Trump. It may come from Trump. It may not come from Trump. But you open this door. You don't let these people fear among you. Man, you better get me in faith. I'm going to reject fear. I'm not voting on you on fear. That's the worst vote. Now that's a protest vote.
This.
Is he putting his teeth in, or is that a retainer?
I'm sorry, I take my retainer out.
Okay.
The numbers are just not there. The margin is too, I've been watching elections since I was a kid. The margins are too wide. And
You've been watching elections since you were a kid. You would know the exit polls wasn't looking too good anyway. She have not improved on Biden at all. Now, again, they made it seem like Biden numbers were way better than Barack Obama. After COVID and people not coming out, Biden did better than Obama, who had a legendary, hot, cool, as I don't know what campaign. I was part of the campaign. The numbers was out there to the point where he can convince the superdelegates to side with him, something that superdelegates are undemocratic. It's, you know, one person have the power of 10,000 votes. That's undemocratic. And they can make the overall decision on who gets the president, not you voting in the primaries. You can vote. Your number do count. But their number count more than you. And they're going to always go with the superdelegates. But I digress. You should know the numbers were not there from the jump start. Every state she was not able to improve. And mind you, she didn't have much time to improve. I give her that. Last minute selection of them forcing a soft coup on Joe Biden, because that's what it was, and installing her instead of having different candidates explain their vision for America at the convention and allow everybody to vote from there. Because nobody voted for Kamala Harris on the ballot in the primaries. They voted for Joe Biden, and she just rolled the ticket. Anyway, let me get back to this.
she is unable to make up the margins. The numbers, they're just not there. I see Trump running every last one of those swing states. I don't know about Nevada and Arizona or whatever, but it's the way things are trending. It's just looking like she's not gonna win Pennsylvania, and she's not gonna win she already lost Georgia. She's not gonna win Pennsylvania.
Georgia is not a blue state. You got counties in Georgia that's blue, urban counties that's blue, but the state overall has always been red. That's why, when it comes to actual winning from the last election, with Warnock and everything doing anything, that was the first time in a long time. And if anybody you're going to credit that for, you're going to credit Stacey Abrams for it, but they didn't give her the vice president nod. They gave it to Kamala Harris when this lady earned. Now, do I think she'd have been a better representative of Kamala Harris than Kamala Harris running for office? Yes, because she's proven herself. She's proven herself how to win a state from the ground. And what is she doing right now? Why she don't have a cabinet position in that party? Why is she not the DNC chair? Is it because she's foundational to this country? Yeah, she's a feminist, but she's still a foundational black American. Why she's not getting no prop? No, we need somebody that we could pick that's going to reach out to everybody. So we want somebody that's kind of all inclusive. We want a person that's black with a little Latino in them, a little Arab in them, Asian in them. We want the more mixed you are, the better we're gonna make you the next president, because we feel we can work people to vote for this candidate based on their ethnicity or their That don't move the country. And these polls are serious. And campaigning is serious. This is why Hillary Clinton did not win, because she sent other people out there to the Rust Belts to campaign for her, instead of her talking to the Rust Belt saying, look, I know we made a big mistake on NAFTA, CAFTA, but we're going to reverse that. If you put me in office, we're going to bring these jobs back. We understand you suffer. Because you ride through these small towns, you can see these old broken down factories because the jobs going to overseas. That happened with NAFTA and CAP. And that was something Bill and Hillary Clinton and Gore. And it decimated the country. And yet you got this guy, this TV celebrity, billionaire, millionaire, a real estate mogul. He's saying, look, I'm going to bring these jobs back. I got a plan, whether you believe it or not. If he can say he will bring it back and you buy the plan, you're going to end up having saying, I support you. I may not support you on everything else, but that I support. Now, it's not enough to get me to come to the polls. Give me more I can support to increase my ability to go support you in the poll, no matter what your character are. I want you to have the best character in the world, but I got to see how you legislated before, during, and after, or what you did before, during, and after, and how successful were you at it.
I don't see Michigan. She's behind in Michigan in the votes that they have already counted versus the ones that they have. The margins are just too big. The margins are just too big. It ain't happening. Hold on.
It ain't happening.
It ain't happening. The numbers are just not there. And I feel absolutely terrible. One thing I wanted to see in my life, I would have loved, absolutely loved, to see a black woman become president of the United States.
You weren't going to see it there because she ain't black, man. We done been over this over and over the time. She ain't black, so you wouldn't have seen no black woman become president. She can identify as black, but that don't make you black just because you identify. You black because you black. Her daddy is Indo-Jamaican. He's Indian-Jamaican. His daddy has said this. His daddy talked to her daddy talked about his heritage of slave owners. Her dad, she don't even have a relationship hardly with her daddy. Well, the man stayed like 30 minutes from where she live at right now as vice president, and we have no record of him visiting the house, no record of him hanging out with her ever since. At the parties that she had at the house, you ain't see Father Donald there, none of that stuff, because I believe he knows that she ain't black, so and it would be good, and there's a lot of, like myself, I'm a Nina Turner. If anything, I think should be the first woman president. Could have been Nina Turner, could have been Tulsi Gabbard, but now you done lost Tulsi Gabbard because y'all claim that she's a Manchurian Russian, working with the Russians with no proof. Just because she had a meeting with or had an opinion on something don't mean she's a sympathizer. So you still can get your woman president. But you're just basically saying, look, I'm supporting her mostly because I want to support the first black woman president like we did with Barack Obama. We supported the first black potential president.
But it's not going to happen. Not a white woman, not a black woman, not a Latino woman. It's not happening because it's just my opinion. This country is too sexist.
Yeah, that's your opinion. But this country have had female mayors. It took a while, and most of them started off white, because usually that's the pattern. Unfortunately, we can break it. Unfortunately, that's been the pattern, and hopefully we can break it, but usually that's been the pattern. We've had a hard time getting female mayors, but we got them now. We had a hard time getting female governors, but we've gotten white female governors. Haven't gotten the black one yet, but that doesn't mean it's not going to come. We had to finally broke that record of having a black governor when your boy in Richmond became Wilder. What's his name? Doug Wilder. When he became the first black governor, and I lived in Virginia. Proud moment. Democrat was proud of that campaign with Doug Wilder. There's a pattern for that. It's usually, I don't know why, but hopefully we can break this pattern. It's usually white women finally become the mayor, then black women become mayor, and then after black women become mayor, other cultures become mayor, and it's going to be like that with the governorship. We have not had a black female governor, but we've had plenty of white governors, female governors, and there was a time when we didn't have that, but eventually we're going to get the black governors. So it's going to be hard to get a black female president at this moment, because for some reason that's been the pattern. A white female governor usually president precedes the black female president. Hopefully we can change that. Now, you went across the board with this, which is okay, but you had great stellar other people on there. It's plenty of people that would have voted for Tulsi Gabbard for president on both the left and right, but you successfully rigged elections against her during the 2020 race. You rigged elections. Every time she knocked Kamala Harris out the box, her numbers started to go. People started to motivate her, and you moved the goalposts in the primaries of qualifying for the next debates. You used to just only can get 5%, and you're in the next debate. She got more than 5%, but y'all don't like her because she exposed the DNC for the rigging that they were doing during the 2016 election. She stepped down as co-chair of the DNC because she saw the rigging, and she supported Bernie Sanders. And y'all didn't like her for that. Y'all hated that she exposed y'all. It should have been a good thing that she was the type of person to not allow stuff like that to happen, showing true leadership. But no, you call her a Manchurian candidate. She's a Russian propagandist. She's Assad al-Shar sympathizer and all that stuff. No, she's an American. Served in the military. Major, doctor. Served in the Senate. And she met every goal, and you kept moving the goalposts. So don't come talk about this, female. Just stop. You could have had one. But you choose to have one that fits your vision instead of fitting the vision for all America.
Don't think.
Now she's over there working with Donald Trump and she's going to be in charge of intelligence. You dropped the ball on that. She could have got Democrats and Republicans and independents. The exit polls showed her favorability with all three. She did heavy with progressives on the left. She did heavy with independents on the left and the right, and she even impressed some right people, especially when she became a contributor on Fox News. But you turned her into a full-blood Republican. Now, I don't think she should have turned Republican. She just became an independent, but she went full-blown Republican.
A woman could lead. She was more than qualified to be president. Hillary Clinton was more than qualified to be president, and Kamala Harris was even a better candidate than Hillary Clinton.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
She's a prosecutor, district attorney, attorney general, and senator. Kamala Harris and VP. But Hillary Clinton built relationships with people on the left and right. She didn't marginalize. The left and right people loved Hillary Clinton. Now, some staunch right people don't want her. They don't love her to be the president, but as long as she was a senator, they was all right with her. They were friends with her. She went out and developed real relationship with world leaders. They looked at her as a threat, a real intelligent, smart woman that knows her stuff. As Secretary of State, those first 2 years as Secretary of State has done more for her than Kamala Harris as Vice President the whole 4 years. What relationship has she built worldwide? That was a time to have her go out and build relationships with all kind of diplomats, all kind of world leaders, but she didn't. To prepare to be the president. To say that, that's foolishness, Ricky.
Who would you like to sit down and have a beer with? Personality was a lot different. And it's just not, the numbers are not there. I looked at all of the states. I looked at all of the counties. I looked at the percentage of votes that's already in.
This Negro getting nervous.
Whatever. I don't know what's going to happen in Arizona and Nevada. But if Trump wins two of those swing states, if he wins Pennsylvania,
okay,
and he wins Michigan, it's over. Regardless of what happens in Arizona and Nevada and anywhere else, it's just over.
Right.
All you have to do is look at the numbers and look at the counties. The margin is...
All right, so I'm going to fast forward this because it's a given. We knew this. A lot of us knew this was going to be a mollywop from the beginning. Mollywop from the beginning. Even if Joe Biden didn't run at the beginning, if Joe Biden didn't run from the beginning and allowed her to run, which she should. Joe Biden should have never ran for the second term. He was getting too old. He promised not to run the second term. He promised to start propping her up. But image-wise, and even on paper, she didn't prop herself up. She didn't go out there and prepare to be the next president those 4 years. Even though she was vice president, she didn't go out there and do president. One thing I love about Obama, you got to give a smart move. Obama went and did speeches all over the world and got the world on his side. He did that speech talking about the revitalization of the Middle East, that speech right there. And this is what caused him to get a Nobel Peace Prize, even though a couple of years later he became the most war hawkish, raising up our wars from 2 to 8, drone striking people to oblivion, murdering innocent kids and innocent men and women, grandmas and all that, all in trying to find a terrorist, using the Israeli playbook of rooting out terrorists, a war criminal, just like the rest of them. People don't like when I talk like that, but it is what it is. You signed off this drone strike program knowing that it was going to kill 98% of innocent people. David Manning, known as Chelsea Manning now, identified as a woman, revealed to them that they was doing double taps and they was using the drone strikes, just taking out ambulance, school buses, hospitals. The Israeli playbook of rooting out criminals, or rooting out the terrorists. Get them by any means necessary. We don't care if some kids over there. Drop it. How did I get on that? I don't know. But no, this man prepared himself before he actually took the office. They got on him because he had a government-looking seal, because he presented himself as a president during the campaign. Kamala Harris didn't present herself that way. He didn't bring out all these hoochie-fied, these ghetto ratchet people to come out and endorse her, and Hollywood endorse. He didn't do that. Now, some came out, but he didn't pay them. They came out because they believe in the campaign.
Too big, and then the places where he's leading and they still have votes out. Let's say like he might be beating her by 100. I think I saw 107,000 votes, and they have 100,000 votes to count. Just because they have 100,000 votes to count, that don't mean that they all going to be for her. Some of those votes are going to be for him. And that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, Keisha Town, it is beyond sad. It's super sad. To see all of those students walk away from that podium at Howard University would have been so good.
Yeah, that was sad. You people, it was sad for you not to address them about the situation. You did the same thing Hillary Clinton did. You got in your feelings and couldn't face the crowd. You got in your emotions, so you needed to take some time to get yourself together. And you told those people to leave and come back. You don't ever do that. Don't ever do that. Just come out and say, hey, we didn't win this one, but hey, 2028 is coming. Now, it's going to be the same result, but 2028 is coming. Go out there and make them believe. Yeah, we ain't win this one. Hey, I mean, come on. We came out the dugout at the last inning. They finally picked me to come in, and they want me to hit the home run. So chances for me to do that is slim to none, because I've been in the dugout the whole time. But now we ain't gonna be in the dugout. We're gonna start our campaigning early in 2028, and that's what happened. Trump, the moment he lost that race to Joe Biden, next day he went to campaign. That's what she should have did instead of waiting. Now I heard she's about to ramp it up again, but I'm telling you, it's going to be the same result. There's other people that are way more qualified than Kamala Harris in the Democratic Party. And when you go do your analysis on what happened, you better, if you're smart, you'll put Stacey Abrams in charge of the DNC instead of Jamie Harrison. But let me get back. I'm giving y'all pointers. I don't know why.
For them would have been so historical for them, but the good news is we had a house. But it don't even matter that we have a house. And here's what nobody's talking about: that man now is democracy is over. Tell everybody to get your house in order, get yourself prepared to protect yourself.
Like Jesus coming. Tell everybody, get your house in order. What has happened? My people, sit there and believe propaganda. Sit there and believe everything that the news media told. Sit there and believe anything that the Democratic Party has told you. You sitting there believing any kind of narrative they give you. How dumb are we sometimes? How gullible are we? Instead of seeing if this is really true. Why are we just submitting to the media? Just tell us things and we just believe it. When are we going to come out of that and start being media ourselves, finding out and researching for ourselves if these things are really true? And here you got Ricky Smiley telling people to get their house in order. Get their house in order like Jesus is coming.
We are going right back to the George Floyd days, and you're gonna feel it in the grocery.
We ain't never left the George Floyd days. The cops still doing what they want to do. The only difference between now is we're able to videotape them, thanks to new laws that they have to have their camera on, but we're able to videotape them thanks to the Second Amendment. We're able to videotape them and be able to report this ourselves. Had we not had this ability, you probably would see more of that going on. And this ain't got nothing to do with Trump or Trump emboldening them, because a lot of these things happened during Barack Obama's presidency. A lot of these things happened during Trump presidency, and a whole lot of it happened during Joe Biden's administration. This has nothing to do with politics. This is just evil people doing evil things, or sadistic, paranoid police officers that don't deserve to be in that position because they're freaking paranoid and need to be psychologically evaluated before they take on the job. You got a lot of race soldiers or white supremacists that hide behind the badge of the police department, looking for easy pay to do an easy slay. So this ain't got nothing. You thought you was out of the George Floyd area, like cops not still killing people, not still brutalizing people, and they don't just do it to black people, they do it to white people too. I've just seen a few videos today that you won't hear nothing about. A police officer just mad at the guy because he didn't stop when she wanted him to stop, and went in there, just opened the door and dragged him out and started shocking the heck out of this dude, shocking him, punishing him. Now, too bad she wasn't on the road, because she was on the road so much that she put herself and this guy in danger. Let me keep going.
Grocery store tomorrow, you're gonna feel the entitlement and how how emboldened people are with their racism.
They always been emboldened. Ain't no president gonna make somebody emboldened in their president. Oh, we got one of ours in, so we free to do whatever we want to do, buddy. We can do whatever we want to do. We got one of our boys as president. We always had them boys as our president. We've always had them good old boys as president until Barack Obama came in. And even when Barack Obama was in office, those good old boys still was doing the good old boy stuff. Because Barack Obama power is limited. He has limited power because we got most of the good old boys in the House and Senate. We got most of the good old boys in the Supreme Court. And half of Barack Obama is good old boy. Got to think about those things. And Ricky Smiley sitting up there, acting like, well, oh, look at his face. Look at his face. Look at his face. Oh, I'm scared. Oh, I don't care if they were coming. I'm not going to be scared. What being scared is going to do? What fear mongering other people with your fears? Why transfer your freaking scared punk behind fears on me? Just because you're a little, why are you going to transfer your fears on me? I don't receive it.
Because the fact that she is way more qualified than he was, and he's a convicted felon.
How is she way more qualified than he is? This man done run multiple businesses, one of the most successful real estate moguls in the entire world. Still have his businesses, so I don't know why these people talking about, oh, he broke. That's a doggone lie. The man's net worth is still over $500 million more than you got. He still got his properties still around here that's doing good. Can you say that about anybody else? Joe Biden ain't got that. Barack Obama ain't got that. George W. Bush ain't got that. He does. He didn't have to run because it's something that he's going to get out of it, but he's going to get something out of it anyway. And just because he's been president for 4 years. So how is she more qualified than him? He has more experience as president. He have negotiated with dictators and world leaders, good or bad. When the Democratic Party, all they want to do is talk to people who want to talk to them. One of their people who they don't want to talk with difficult people and try to come to some kind of validity or civility. You don't want to do that. She's more successful than him. How? You're going to compare being a district attorney, a prosecutor, an attorney general in the U.S. Senate to a person who's been president for 4 years, the person who has multiple successful best-selling books, to a person who had, I think, 5 seasons of a successful television show, to a person who owned property all over the world, owned golf courses all over the world. Get out of here with this stuff. And let's be truthful. She ain't. We got to stop lying. She's not. Ricky, hate him or love him, that man is more successful even to this date than she can ever be, than you can ever be. He's just as much of a star, or have been just as much a star as you have. Ain't nobody, no rappers rapping about you. Nobody looked at you as an American icon. Like I said, the biggest mistake that Trump made that made everybody hate Trump was not just the fact that he put his mouth on Barack Obama when it came to the birther issue, but the fact that he unknowingly, unwillingly, he tried his best to lose that election. He beat Hillary Clinton. And the nerves of you to take this golden girl dream from her. And we hate you for it. Especially us women. And if you men don't back us women, we're going to hate you too. Yeah,
Felon, and he swept her.
A convicted felon. Yeah, he was convicted. You can indict, you can convict, but doesn't mean they'll stick. Because evidence come and throw the whole case away, and now you can't consider that person convicted. Look, the Central Park 5 boys were convicted, but they were exonerated because of some evidence. You look at these charges, and I showed you to them. They're right here. Let me go back up to them. Let me go back to these charges. These convicting felon 34 counts of falsified business records. The New York Criminal Court filed convictions, 34 counts of it, for falsified business records, which most of them was falsified by his attorney, Cohen, and not him. The jury said that unanimous agreed that Trump, the jurors, probably a bunch of Trump haters, said that they unanimously agreed that Trump falsified business records to conceal, to hide. So in other words, he falsified the records, the so-called hide $130,000. They claim hush money to an adult film star to influence the outcome of the election. Now, this don't make sense. How is $130,000, him giving it to her, is going to cost him the election? Everybody know Trump was messing with all these people. Trump was Hollywood just like everybody else, messing with all these women, playboy. He probably done been with plenty of porn stars. You're a billionaire, you got money like that, and you single, and you don't want to settle. You do what you got to do. So they said this particular case, they actually believe this case of $130,000 of hush money paid to Stormy Daniels was to stop her from messing up the election. Trump was trying to lose this election. He did everything in his power to lose that 2016 election. He ran his mouth on Jeb. He ran his mouth on Jeb's wife. He was so ugly during that doggone campaign. He was trying to lose. He wasn't trying to win. The WikiLeaks paper said Bill Clinton invited him to run and asked him to run on the Republican ticket. He was a red herring. He was supposed to demolish and minimize all these Republicans and talk about how he paid them off and he pretty much pimped them off and controlled them with his money. He was supposed to lose that election. And when he won, surprisingly, he was shocked. That man wasn't trying to win no freaking election. Not then, but because of spite, because of people's hatred for him for winning an election that he wasn't trying to win, because of the hatred and the different things that happened to him, he's emboldened now. It's like, oh, it's like that? I wasn't even trying to win. But since y'all gonna be like this and come up with all these lies against me, the dossier and a P tape, we got him on tape, somebody peeing on him. Where is it? Where's the tape? You're lying. You're going to take a falsified business record, and out of the falsified business record, come up with 34 counts of felony charges of them. One was invoice related to legal services. One was a check paid for legal services, and ledger entries in for legal services, all handled by Michael Cohen. Now, Michael Cohen got charged physically he got charged for this and due time because he's the one that actually did the charges. But they charged Trump as an assist because this was his girl and Cohen was his attorney. But these charges are financial crimes. I'm not saying that financial crime is better than any other crime, but it ain't like killing somebody. It's not like extortion. It's not like kidnapping. But people talk about this like he actually kidnapped somebody. 39 counts. I told you one day I'm going to go through all these. Let's go through at least 5 of them. Invoice from Michael Cohen, marked as a record of the Donald J. Trump Revocable Trust. Number 2, guilty. Entry in detailed general ledger for Donald Trump Revocable Trust, bearing voucher number 864. So not only did they charge him for having the invoice, they charged him for putting the invoice in the record book. You gonna charge somebody another felony charge over putting it in the book? Number 3, entry in the detailed general ledger for Donald J. Trump Revocable Trust bearing voucher number 844. Stupid. Checks and check stubs. Donald J. Trump Revocable. So Michael Cohen used the Donald J. Trump Revocable Trust and got the money out of there to pay her off. So how is this paying her off? Because what if she says something about him having sex with her about 10, 20 years ago, it's going to mess up his election. This man was trying to lose. Anyway, that's all I'm going to go over. But most of these are freaking financial charges. And it's going to get thrown out, mark my word. Just like the January 6th pretty much got thrown out because, according to record, he did not inspire nobody to go out there and do anything. Yeah, we got to take our country back. Yeah, we can't just let people run over us, but you got to go down there and protest because it's your right to protest, but you got to be peaceful and legal. Be peaceful and legal. This is documented. This is on the audio. This is in the record. So how did you get charged and storm up there and change the record? How do you get that out of being peaceful in your protest? I had to stop there because they like to use this talking points. How so-and-so is more qualified than he is because he has felony charges. And you got to look at the felony charges. Trump probably broken so many financial laws. When you're a billionaire and you're trying to, billionaire, and you're trying to handle your books, or you got other people handling your books for you because you don't know how to do it, and all kind of stuff be happening to your ledger. People siphon off money, people taking your money to pay off this person. You don't know it because you got so much money that you don't deal with those financial affairs. You're not a financial advisor. You leave that to your attorney and your financial advisor. You trust them to handle all your financial affairs. You ain't trying to micromanage your money like that. You ain't got time. But let me get back on Ricky Smiley. I had to go there because he went there. And whenever I see a lie, I'm going to expose it.
In an election, let you know the state of this country. This country has been what was the word? I can't think of it, but it's pretty bad. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Bad for who? It ain't bad for you. You got a talk show. You got plenty of sponsors. You're making plenty of money. You still go do tours. How's it bad for you? Now, for the average person like me, everything is in the way. It's hard to get your own apartment because rent too doggone high, especially here in New York. Food prices are high. Clothing is high. That's why I go to the thrift store. I'm a thrifty. I'm not trying to buy no new clothes. Even in the thrift store, the clothes are getting high. You go to a thrift store, you see a suit and it says $69 on it. $69? $20 more dollars, I can buy a brand new suit. So it's not bad for you. It may be bad for us economic wise, because we know it's about the economy first. It's about our pocketbook first. And we've been dealing with this inflation because of bad decisions from this particular administration, mainly with dealing with the immigration crisis.
I'm just thinking, it's just, it's crazy.
What's crazy?
And you know what else?
What?
You know what else?
What?
White women didn't vote for her.
White women didn't vote for. White women never vote for. Most white women are not going to be voting for. The only way a white woman is going to vote for a white woman. I mean, the only way a white woman is going to vote in huge numbers if you got, number one, a white woman on the ticket, and most of them going to support their men. They're going to support their white men. So if a white man is on the ticket, most of them going to support that white man on the ticket. And it's not black women. It's not black people, period, that caused Kamala Harris the election. Even though a lot of people did go over to the Republican Party and voted for Trump. And they have their reasons, because that platform that the platform that you got is leading toward the direction that black people don't want to have nothing to do with. Because you're talking about trying to sexualize our kids and stuff like that, and black people ain't for that. You might want to leave that over to some of these other cultures, because they might do that in their culture. But we ain't doing that here. We'll kill you over your kids, over our kids. The hell you won't. Teacher go over there and tell a child, "Oh, you your boy stuck in a little girl's body." Man, we'll be ready to beat the crap out of a lady for saying that. Don't be telling my son that. The hell wrong with you, lady? But that's the direction y'all going. Trump said he gonna stop all that. You ain't going there. We're gonna preserve traditional values, and whether you hate him or not, conviction felon or not, he said he's going to do something to keep traditional values, and people who want to keep traditional values are going to go support that. Ain't nothing you can do about it. But he's a little man with the mustache. Well, we're gonna wait and see. In the meantime, I'm stopping that traditional value. I'm not gonna stop and continue to vote for you, and knowing that you got an agenda that's gonna hurt my children, that can do something drastically to my child and mess his future up. And that's just one thing. Keep going.
A lot of white women did not go out and vote for her. They just didn't. They didn't.
And that's that. And they don't have to. White women don't have to vote. White women gonna vote their best interests. Let me tell you something. Let me be serious for a minute, Mr. Ricky. And I think I talked about this early in the video. There's a pattern of progress in America. You're not gonna jump that pattern, and you gotta accept the pattern. As much as, I mean, you'll try your best to absurd it, but this is just how the pattern is. If anything that's going to happen in this country is usually, and always have been, white men taking control of the ranks of this country. Mayors, governors, the House and Senate, state assemblies, U.S. Supreme Court, most of the Supreme Courts with the states and things like that, Attorney General associations and all that, has been them. And then black men begin to get involved more in those areas, and people from other races. I don't like the term people of color, but people from other races begin to get educated and get in those systems too, to break the system. So the first person is usually going to be a black man, but oftentimes it's usually that white woman that got next over the black man. It's usually the white woman that got next over the black man. You start to see that all of a sudden we got all these white women mayors, and then we got all these white women governors before you get a black governor. The first black governor, I think, was Doug Wilder in Richmond. But we already had previously some white female governors. So it's the white male first and the white female. And then it's usually going to trickle down into something different. A black male or a white gay male. Stuff like that. It's going into those directions right now. You had a chance to elect the most qualified, and whether I'm a fan of Hillary or not, she was the most qualified because she took time out to build a possible presidency image by getting to know all the world leaders on her own outside of Barack Obama, which Kamala Harris didn't do. She didn't go out there and spend quality time with these world leaders to begin to present herself as the next president of the United States. You're going to be dealing with me soon once he's out of office. She didn't present herself out on the world stage. Hillary Clinton did that. Hillary Clinton always did that. Whenever her husband went overseas, she was right there and she's shaking that hand. They know her as First Lady. They know her as State Senator, U.S. Senator, and they know her as Secretary of State, and that Secretary of State position really did wonders for her. So even then, with Donald Trump not trying to win this election, he ended up beating her. But mark my word, 9 times out of 10, the first woman that's going to be president is 9 times going to be a white woman. Because white women ain't going to vote. They may say, yeah, I'm on your side, girl. Oh, woman power. But when they go in that booth, they vote opposite. They're not going to let a black woman override them in that position first. White feminists usually use black females to get them to their journey, to get them to their goals, to help them with their mandate. They're not going to let that black feminist run this thing. But we need your energy and your support, black sister. You need to focus on women issues. Forget them doggone evil men, especially the white men, but forget them evil men anyway. The black ones that's on the side of the white man, like black men are really, really on the side of white men. Black men on the side of black families. Now, mind you, we will get our first black female president, but 9 times out of 10, it ain't going to be till we get our first white female president. It's just been the way it is. That's the pattern. Because these white women are not going to vote for a black woman, and Kamala Harris ain't black, but they're not going to vote for a black woman and not have their legacy being fulfilled. Their legacy. Let me tell you something. A lot of them are salty for the simple fact that Barack Obama began to smooth his way over to the superdelegates and got those superdelegates, stole them away from Hillary because she had all the superdelegates. It was supposed to be a wrap in the bag, and Barack Obama went and met with them in D.C. I wish I had a video clip. He went to meet with all the superdelegates in D.C., and all those superdelegates went with him. One by one, they started turning on Hillary Clinton, going with him. You don't think Hillary Clinton was pissed off about that? And the white women was hot about that. They was not going to vote. I think they had some kind of organization that basically say we're not voting for no males. We're not voting for no black male. We're voting for female.
You know, looked at all the numbers. I had a lot of inside.
You gonna start lying? You're getting ready to lie.
Inside information. White women didn't vote for her. Latino didn't vote for her even after the.
He said, I got some inside information. That information was already in the exit polls. That's not inside information. You can always go look at the exit polls before the election is over with. You can see who moved the needle in what states, in what counties, who improved on who. Did Kamala Harris improve on Joe Biden's number, Barack Obama's number? No. Did Donald Trump approve on his previous numbers? Yes. Major improvements. He personally went down there and took the time out to spend time with those people, speaking to the people. Like I said, the moment he got his butt whooped, like I said, I don't know if he really got his butt whooped, man. Went in Georgia, get out of here. Had more votes than Barack Obama, get out of here. That's suspect. The moment he lost the election, he began to campaign for the next election. He started his rallies back up. He didn't let up for a second. He ain't going on no 90-day vacation. He went right back to building those rallies, spending time with the people. All right, let me keep going.
What he said about Puerto Rico, Latino.
Trump didn't say it. Trump didn't say nothing about Puerto Rico. He didn't say nothing about Latinos. Now, he did mention that Mexicans not bringing their best and brightest. A lot of them they're bringing in are criminals that we have no documentation on. That was true. He didn't. The comedian said something about Puerto Rico, but he didn't mention anything about Puerto Rican people. Puerto Rico knows, according to the FEMA and the EPA, Puerto Rico got a huge trash issue going down there. You can always look it up. Just Google it. EPA and Homeland Security, FEMA, and trash in Puerto Rico. Look it up, and all that information will pop up.
They didn't vote for her, and there was a lot of black folks didn't vote for her either.
And they got it right. It wasn't a lot, because you still had 70% of all blacks. That is huge. Going on the days of us having 90% black voting in the party. The only time we were going to vote 90% plus, because we had a charismatic, smooth looker, smooth talker, very charismatic, cool, ran the campaign, kind of got all us, he inspiring, motivating, and all that. She ain't that. And to prop her up like she's the female Obama, stop lying. She never was, never will be. Closest thing to a female Obama we got is Nina Turner. And she ain't light skinned, she dark chocolate and dark chocolate. And to some people, that's a threat. The darker the berry, A
lot of black men didn't vote for her.
A lot of black women didn't vote for him either. Why don't you put that focus on it? You didn't get 100% black women voting for him. If you got 95%, that means 5% of black women said no. And black men ain't got to vote for her. She got to give them a reason to vote for her. She got to have policies that black men can really sink their teeth in. She got to promote the traditional family. Not saying you can't promote untraditional family, but you don't put the traditional family behind the untraditional family. She don't talk about the fathers, programs that's going to help fathers work with their children even though they're not in a relationship with the mother, stuff like that. It's so much. And just for the simple fact that she's going around allowing them to call her black and she not refute that and tell the truth, that turned a lot of people off too. So there's a whole number of reasons why a lot of people didn't elect her. It's not because of misogyny. You guys are being misandry for saying that. We look at records. We looked at a record as district attorney. We looked at a record as a prosecutor, even as attorney general, even as Senate. But as attorney general, that record as attorney general is trash, straight trash. She perfected the Joe Biden. It's like her own assignment. That's why her and Joe Biden was so good together. And I think that's probably why Joe Biden picked her, because hey, this is a woman after my own heart. She took my crime bill and perfected in ways that even white supremacists we'll have to applaud her on that, because she put brothers in jail left and right and fed them over to the private prison system to make pretty much no cost products and services with no pay. All these multiple contracts with the private prison system, people talking about, oh, you know, the prisons, that's a lie, that's false. She didn't put a lot of people in state penitentiary. Nobody said nothing about state penitentiary. Most of the people that went to state penitentiary was those who had minor offenses because they need to get out of general population, because general population was so full of drug dealers and gangbangers. And if you happen to be on the same block as a drug dealer and gangbanger, you could be an innocent person, ain't got nothing to do with them. But if they come down there and do a 3-block sweep, all y'all going to jail. All y'all going to the county jail, and all of y'all gonna get transferred into a private prison system, and all y'all gonna be ending up working for Victoria's Secret, making underwear, and not being able to see no woman put them on for pretty much free. That was one of her contracts over there in that county in San Francisco, in the Fresno area, and she needed a certain amount of men to be in that private prison system, because she had those contracts between the private prison system and the manufacturers, the lingerie manufacturer, Victoria's Secret. And there was a lot of companies that was going to the private prison system for the labor that caused them to keep more money in their pocket. They were pretty much plantation, the private prison system. That's why they call it the new Jim Crow. Just fed them. And if you want to get some extra time shaved off, guess what? I got a perfect way for you to shave it off. We got a lot of forest fires happening in California, and if you want to get some time shaved off, I need you to volunteer. Other than that, you're not getting no time shaved off. I can go on, but let me keep going, Ricky.
I didn't see a lot of pastors speaking on her behalf.
You want to know why you didn't see a lot of pastors speak on her behalf? Because a lot of pastors believe the Bible. They're strict Bible followers. Even though they're not perfect, even though they messed up, their goal is to follow the Bible to the T. And there's certain things in the Bible they're not going to ignore, and they're not going to embrace. If you out there doing anything under the sun other than what God told you to do, they're not going to sit there and support you. I'm not going to give you false support when I know you going out there doing anti-Bible stuff, or you pushing an anti-Bible agenda. So how you expect these pastors? I don't think enough pastors supported her. You got some of the most crooked ones, Jamal Bryant, player from the Himalayas, who got moved out of his own church that he built into another church that got disgrace on it too, because of Bishop Eddie Long, one of your boys. Good preacher. Don't get me wrong. Bishop Eddie Long was a fiery preacher, but had some personal issues. One minute he's muscular, and the next month he looked like a raisin. And people still don't know to this day, was it cancer, was it AIDS? Because right prior to that, we had a whole bunch of guys come out saying that he was messing with them. Come on, guy. Most pastors not. Real pastors are not going to support that ticket because it's anti-God. And a lot of people vote that way. A lot of people vote based on their faith. Which person is going to agenda is going to lead me closer to the promises of God, and which ones that's going to lead us totally away from the promises of God? And then when you looked at the agenda, you're like, oh, no. And I'm traditionally this, and I normally vote that way, but no, I got to say no to that. I got to say no. So don't be surprised because some preachers didn't get out heavily to support her.
I just didn't. I follow a lot of ministry, and I didn't see a whole lot of pastors behind her.
Why would you think pastors going to be around behind her? She's cosplaying as a black woman. She have no relationship with her dad. Her past, and you don't focus on the past, but how she got up the political ladder is questionable. How she maintained the political on the political ladder is questionable, and where her support base is, a lot of it is questionable.
And let me say another thing. I think that sometimes the Democrats do too much.
Did you just say?
What the hell did you just say?
Sometimes the Democrats do too much. Sometimes the Democrats, they are so far to the left, it's crazy. And I don't want to get into it because I don't want to get...
See, he know they too far to the left and to the point that they crazy, but he don't believe that's a reason for not to vote for her. Like I said, he probably got a check from her anyway. Let me see if I can speed this up a little bit.
But let's just say Hollyweird, like Hollywood.
Yeah, your peoples.
Hollyweird. And
finally, you tell some truth. She's promoting a Hollyweird lifestyle. Half of the people on that stage that endorsed her were Diddyites. P. Diddyites. People who went to the Diddy parties were connected to P. Diddy. I'm quite sure that she probably saw some stuff and they probably told him, look, we know you say you don't endorse nobody. We know you say you don't endorse nobody, but you won't have to endorse somebody today because we got you on video. What? Look at the video. You gonna endorse today. You gonna endorse today. You got 3 hours. 3 hours to put your clothes on. We gonna be out here. We gonna fly you down to Michigan, and I need you up on that stage endorsing Kamala Harris. I know you say you don't never do that, but I didn't know you did that. Because you did that, and you did it quite well. And I don't want to have them, when we plan on putting these videos out, you don't want to be on it. And we got ways to get you off it. But if you don't go out there and a buck for Kamala, then we gonna have to show that. We ain't got that time. We ain't got time to tarry.
And forcing a lot of stuff on us and on our kids that we don't even want.
Right.
And they use that stuff and they run on that.
Yeah.
When I seen that damn commercial what the Republicans was talking about, transgender men are now competing with women in sports. Did y'all see that commercial? When they showed somebody 6'8" with a wig on competing against a biologically born woman, stuff like that. It gets people pissed off, and they'll take that one issue or that very small issue and they'll run on it.
You gotta take it, because if you don't if you don't take it and hit it while it's hit it now, it's gonna get big. It's like a monster. You gotta kill that thing now while it's small, because if you allow it to grow, then it's gonna be unstoppable. So you know why people didn't vote for Kamala Harris. Yet you're yelling misogynist. No, it's those things. You know it because you said it out your mouth. People are serious about those things. They've gone too far to the left. And it's going to have to take an act of defiance to pull them back to the middle. And who else is going to be defiant? Enabling them ain't going to pull them back to the middle. You got to do an act of defiance and pretty much break up with them. See, I got a young lady that we've been together for 3 years. And I guess she want to go, I don't know if she wanted to go a direction or something. But, right now, she don't talk to me. She punishing me. You punishing me, girl. I know you hear me. You punishing me. But son, you only can punish me for so long. I'm trying to hang in there. I'm trying to work things out with you. But, I'm trying. You can't say I'm not trying. I'm calling you. I'm chatting you, I'm texting you. You'll chat back every now and then, But at the end of the day, hey, you went a little too far when it came to the personal life, my personal life. And I told you, if you wanted to talk to me, talk to me. Don't talk to nobody else about that. Talk to me. And if I decide to answer you on it, I decide to answer you on it. If I don't, why are you getting mad? There's a time and season for everything, and this ain't the season, baby. It don't mean I don't hate you, don't mean I don't love you. But the timing is wrong. And I know, I got a feeling one day when I was getting on you, you had me on speakerphone. Instead of you saying, I got you on speakerphone, you had me on speakerphone. I got a feeling a lot of your family was there. And I said what I said. And you probably, that's just how I feel. In other words, when you're going too far to the left, somebody got to pull you back, because we ain't going with you. Most people not going with you.
And making people think that that's what the Democrat Party is all about.
It is. It is. Look at the cabinet of Joe Biden. Look at Kareem. Look at the transportation head. Look at the head of human health and human services. It's a lot of that going on. A whole lot. And some of them in their private life do have some weird stuff they get into. I'm not saying all of it weird. You got some of them that try to be a tradition and have 2 wives and kids, or 2 husbands and the kid, 2 men and the kids, stuff like that. That's not traditional. That's untraditional. Traditional is man and a woman and the kids. The man went in there, got busy with the woman, and birthed their own kids from the loins, from his loins to her womb. That's traditional family. They can't do that.
And that's what I say when I say that the Democrats be doing too much. Yeah. We happy to be a part of a party and support a party, but sometimes the Democrats are way too liberal, to the point where you're gonna get people pissed off. You're gonna piss off moderates, and you're not gonna.
I wouldn't even call that liberal. We got to get another name for that. We got to get another. That's not liberal. That's hedonist. Democratic Party getting too much. They embrace too much hedonism.
Get the votes that you need, and I'm not blaming that on this. I blame sexism and racism on this election. That's what.
Well, you can't. Just because you blame sexism and racism on this election, you can't. Now, when it comes to the white women on the left and the right, it could be sexism. The white women could be saying, ain't no way I'm going to allow a black woman get up there before a white woman get there. That may be the sexism. But the sexism ain't coming from mostly men. Now, you got some men that, there's some men, you're going to always have them men say, no woman should be leading the country. Nope, only a man, specifically the white man. This is white man's country, and white man's only person can lead this country. And anybody else is just gonna mess it up. Now that's a different story. These are fools, idiots. But at the end of the day, it's a record, dude, and you can't discount a record. It's her record as Attorney General. It was atrocious. She did some good things, but the bad things override the some good things that she did do. Case in point, the body cam issue. She the first person that pushed that into the public, into the forefront in the country. But yet she was the first person to misabuse it, and she backed the cops. I can go on a whole bunch of stuff, but I'm not. But you gotta not ignore where are you getting your information from, brother? Did she yellow girl you? When I mean yellow girl, you had that yellow girl at school, that red bone. All she had to do is smile at you, and you gone. And she could have been with plenty of dudes. And if she smiled at you and touched your hand, you just knew you were in love. And she liked you. And she done liked about 30 Negroes. And probably 5 of them under the bleachers. But she come to you and touch your hand. And she yellowed she got that yellow skin all in your eyeballs and those green eyes. And you got yellow girled. And she probably yellow girled you, man. She probably put her hand on your face and you just lost it. And totally forgot about her record. I don't care about your record. That's the past. And we shouldn't be dwelling on people's past. When it comes to their experiences, yeah. When it comes to their job, yes, you need to look at their past. Your job going to want to look at your 5-year, 10-year record of working, man. The past matters. And if you're going for a job, we need to look at your record. And some of them go as far as looking at your spending habits, your credit, your personal life. They'll go look at your YouTube and they'll go look at your Facebook. Just keep going.
Country, more sexism and racism, because the reason I say that is because they didn't vote for Hillary Clinton either. And she's a white woman.
And she was corrupt. It ain't got nothing to do with her being a white woman on most people's part. But like I said before, you got them people say, I'm doggone nope. I know that Hillary Clinton, she got the she got the kill list, and and she just corrupt. She's corrupt. The lady got a lot of issues, man. A lot of issues. But let's keep going.
And
these guys are upset because a woman didn't become president. You should be upset because of the direction we were going. It ain't got nothing to do with that woman personally to me. It ain't got nothing to do with her being a woman. Has nothing to do with her color. Has nothing to do with nothing. It's the direction you were taking the country and how you say you sided with the policies of Joe Biden that's gotten this country in the mess that it's in right now. It's what's going on in New York. It's what's going on in Chicago. It's what's going on in Philadelphia. It's what's going on in LA. It's what's going on in Dallas, the migrant situation. It's the inflation and a host of other things. It's not. That's what you want to believe. But just because you believe it, it doesn't make it true.
Another thing, 7 million people, if I'm not mistaken, in Florida, or just 7 million people in general, can't think of which one, just don't vote. It's all about turnout.
Yeah. But you got to give a reason for people to turn out. You give no reason for people to turn out. And unfortunately, Trump gave people a reason turned out to come out to the polls. This lie that y'all tell about that there's going to be no more election, that is not what that man said. That man told the body of Christ, Christian people, and the NRA at an event. He said, look, I only can do 4 years, but I can't do those 4 years unless you guys get out and vote. You guys need to get out and vote. You guys don't get out and vote. You turn out so low, just like you said, Ricky. Turn out so low. I need y'all to get up and turn out. I need you NRA people always talking about protecting gun rights and stuff like that. If you about it, then you need to get out it. You too, Christians. You claim that you want us to preserve the traditional values of the American family here in America and not let no other value come before that. Then you need to get your butt out there to the polls. And he basically said, look, you need to get out there. After that, you ain't got to worry about it no more. You ain't got to worry about it. And y'all took that as for him saying there ain't going to be no more election. No, he said you ain't got to worry about it no more because you ain't got to worry about re-electing me. 4 years, just give me 4 years and I'm going to do the thing. I'm going to make it so great that people going to vote Republican over and over again for the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years. That's the goal. That should be the same goal with the Democratic Party. These are the things that I'm going to do for you. My mandate is your mandate. You call for this. You want this. I'm going to push you. I'm going to promote this and push this. Your agenda is my agenda. But I need you guys to get out to the polls so I can implement this agenda. That's what it's all about. But when you ain't got no agenda, you ain't got no plan, you copy your predecessor plan. Come on, dude.
It's all about turnout. I just didn't see and feel the same thing I saw and felt when Barack Obama was running for president.
You're not.
I didn't see it.
You're not. How many times I got to go over this? I just didn't see the turnout the same with her as Barack Obama. You're not gonna see it because she ain't him. She ain't him. Barack Obama say the same thing. Look here. The numbers are low. The numbers are. I don't see the numbers turning out. I don't know. It's like you don't like women. You don't support women. Why the numbers are low? Because she ain't you, dude. She ain't you. They're trying to prop her up as you. She was already unpopular before she got on the Joe Biden ticket. And before Joe Biden stepped down, her popularity was lower than the Senate. And I think their popularity is 13%. 13. Hers was lower than 13. And all of a sudden, y'all manufactured that she's the hottest thing around once Joe Biden stepped down and y'all pushed her through to the nomination and y'all made her the hottest thing around. And just because it looked like that on TV doesn't mean it's actually true. And the exit polls show that. And the internal polling showed that. You're not going to get that legend. That Barack Obama 2008. No, that Barack Obama was 2008. Yeah, that Barack Obama 2008 campaign was a legendary, once in a line, beautiful, historic, bad to the bone campaign. Ain't no way y'all thought y'all going to get that with her, especially with the little time that you had. You weren't going to get that. Barack Obama didn't have to have all these celebrities come on stage and say, I'm voting for her, you should too. He didn't need that. That man had white women fainting out there. Look, can somebody get her some water? A woman fainted over there. Get her some water. That's how cool he was. He had them fainting out like Michael Jackson. That ain't happening with Kamala. She ain't got that kind of charisma. She's not charismatic like that. She ain't got it. Barack Obama had it. Ronald Reagan had it. Some people just ain't got it. It ain't got nothing to do with the male factor. Nina Turner, she got it. Hillary Clinton, she had a little bit of it. She had a little bit. Bill Clinton, he had it. He had it. She ain't got it. So to be shocked because nobody had come out in the numbers as Barack Obama, why y'all talk this stuff? Your minds are crazy, man. You're thinking, oh, she could be a Delta and we can nominate her and we can swear her in on Martin Luther King Day by the black female judge and all that. Get out of here with that stupid mess. It's not true.
When Barack Obama was running for president, I didn't see
all dreams.
The same enthusiasm she did. I think she did the best she could, campaigning the best she could, but it was a lot of stuff I didn't see. And I thought it would be close, but I didn't think that she would be doing Hillary Clinton numbers. I thought she would be doing better than that.
How so? How do you thought she was going to be doing better than Hillary Clinton? The only reason why a lot of people came out to meetings is because the flyer said opening up for Kamala is Cardi B. Opening up for Kamala is Lizzo. Opening up for Kamala is Beyonce. People thinking that she's actually going to open up an act, do a performance. So I get a free performance. I just go to the Kamala Harris rally, and I get to see Gorilla and Megan Thee Stallion and all these people perform when it's not. They wasn't there to perform. They were there to talk about how they supported Hillary Clinton. Kamala Harris. And when people realized they wasn't getting what they thought they were going to get, they left. And they felt deceived. So there's a lot of reasons why people didn't vote for her. A lot of reasons.
And the fact that Joe Biden outperformed Kamala Harris is just crazy to me. Which, I mean, he was a good candidate.
How you going to think the fact that Joe Biden outperformed Kamala Harris is crazy? Kamala Harris, it was up to her to advance on Joe Biden's number. Joe Biden was a popular president. He was Barack Obama's right-hand man. So they give him clout right there. When Barack Obama stepped down, he's supposed to push Joe Biden. Now, I'm with you, Ricky. I don't believe Joe Biden number was all that. I believe it's fabricated. You trying to tell me Joe Biden beat Trump in Georgia, a red state? You trying to tell me that Joe Biden got more numbers than Barack Obama in this election, that legendary campaign that got out the vote? Nobody really got out the vote because of COVID. They mailed most of their ballots in. Joe Biden didn't campaign because he was scared he was going to get the COVID. But he got more numbers than Barack Obama? If those are true, it's because y'all scared the hell out of people. Y'all scared the crap out of people to get to the polls, because if you don't, Hitler, the Fourth Reich, going to be reborn through Donald J. Trump. Get out of here with this mess. Well, I don't want no Hitler. I heard he fried them Jews up, and I don't want that. I don't want that. I better get out and vote.
This nigga's scared.
Oh, I'm scared. I'm frightened. And you got everybody else frightened like that. Can't even get nothing done.
But that's why I blame a lot of this on sexism. So
you can blame it on sexism, but it ain't sexism.
make sure y'all listen to the morning show. Thank y'all for watching. Maybe next time, but I ain't gonna even say next time, because I just don't think it's gonna be no more elections.
See, this is insane, man. Where are you getting this? Where do you believe that? Why do you believe that? You don't understand the kind of checks and balance system that we got? And is that not that simple? Even if the Senate say we're going to give Trump whatever he wants, there's still some caveats to that. I don't think there's going to be any more elections. Well, until next time. Well, I can't say next time because I don't even think there's going to be an election. Why don't you stop thinking, man? Stop. Just stop thinking.
Stop it. Get some help.
Because you're thinking like a damn fool, man. Stop.
Because democracy is gone, and you need to figure out what happened.
Democracy been gone. We are a constitutional republic. We're not even a democracy. We push democracy. We support democracy, but we are a constitution republic. We're bound by a constitution. That is our law. That's why when we say the Pledge of Allegiance, we say, "And to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God." We ain't gonna say democracy. I don't think democracy is in the Pledge of Allegiance. We participate in the democratic process. We should try to spread it across the world, but this is a republic, Brickley, a republic.
When democracy is gone, it won't be no more elections. It ain't gonna be no midterm election. It ain't gonna be no.
What is this bitch talking about?
Well, you didn't have a midterm election. I mean, you definitely didn't have a primary. You guys cheated in your own primary. You cheated Marion Williams. You cheated Robert F. Kennedy. You cheated other people that wanted to get in the race. You told them they couldn't get in the race, and if they did, you're not going to financially back them, that they got to raise their own money and don't even ask for information from my database. You better go out there and knock on some doors and build your own, because we're not going to share the DNC database with you. And you got the nerves to be talking about, oh, it's not going to be the same. What are you guys doing? You're just a dictator than anybody else.
Nothing. With him, he got the Senate, he got the United States Supreme Court.
He ain't got it. That don't belong to them. Now, you might have some Trump loyalists in there, but Trump don't own the Supreme Court. Trump don't own the Senate. He don't. It's not his. And he ain't got enough money to buy it. And believe me, he's going to get bucked on. So we can say the Republicans have the House and the Senate and the presidency, but you can't say Donald Trump, because a lot of those people don't even support Trump, could care less. And you still got a whole bunch of Democrats in there too. So the numbers are not there where you can make a real big major impact. And even if it was, morally speaking, they're not going to do that if they love this country. They claim to be patriots.
It's democracy is over.
Democracy is over.
Police and different people start running down black people, start shooting them. It ain't gonna be a damn thing.
Girl, if you don't sit your dramatic ass down.
They doing that now, Ricky. They did that. They doing it now. They did to Breonna. They did it to Sandra Bland. They doing it, man. Ain't got nothing to do with Trump. They just doing it anyway because they always did that. They've been beating up on Negroes, setting Negroes up, and killing Negroes for the longest time. Trump ain't just started that, and they've been getting away with it. And they're not going to get away with it no more, because now we got video evidence that can pull them out. Cops are required to wear their body cam during every stop. If you enforce those laws, then you don't have no problem. Police need to get evaluation check, and if they got psychological problem, they don't need to be behind a gun. And if they're properly trained right and they do something outside of that training and hurt somebody, that's not going to get them immune. They're going to jail. They're not going to get qualified immunity. Now, the qualified immunity may linger over to the point where you as a victim can't dig into the money of that particular cop because he may not be making that much money, he may have a housing issue, and he may have family issues and things like that.
That nobody can do about it. And he gonna stand with.
Yes, you can. Stop, Ricky. Stop. Most of the things are in state position, and most of the things are in your local position. Ain't no cop can go around and do anything and expect Trump to get them out, or you, or anybody else. You worried about the wrong thing, man.
The Ku Klux Klan and the neo-Nazis and all of that stuff.
This nigga's scared.
When the last time you heard of Ku Klux Klan? When the last time you seen the Ku Klux Klan? When the last time you seen a neo-Nazi? These guys blend in. They're good blenders. And they're not just blending into the Republican Party. They're blending in the Democratic Party. They're in there already. You just don't know it yet. Stop with this fear-mongering thing.
You finna see, it's finna get bad. Get your house in order. Save.
Oh, it's about to get bad. Get your house in order. Oh, dark cloud. Darth Vader's coming.
When they hear you've attacked a...
How dare the press not believe me that I went after my mother with a hammer? He said he went after his mother with a hammer. He wanted to hit her on the head.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Then I tried to stab a friend of mine, but now it's changed.
He's scared. Oh, it ain't gonna be the same. Democracy is over. Then why you here, Ricky? Why you here? You can always do your radio show from Kenya. You can do your radio show from Lagos. Why you here in the States? If this is about to be Nazi Germany and Donald Trump is the Führer, why you ain't packing your bags to get out of here while you can? You know why? Because you know it's a bunch of lies.
Up your money. You know, it's going to be bad. I'm just glad that I don't know how long I have left on this earth. I'm just glad that God allowed me to see enough good days. But I really feel bad for my grandkids.
Are you fucking kidding me?
And the generation behind us, it's about to be bad. And trust me, I said it first. Just trust me. Just remember this day and remember this conversation. It's going to be bad.
He's done it again. He's done it again. That is a fact. You fucking little bastard. He does it again. You dirty bastard. You've done it again. Where is the card?
Look, and he continues on with this same bull crap. Let me keep going with this. This is what I'm saying. It's going to be bad. I feel sorry for my grandkids and my grandmother. It's going to be just like any other 4 years, fool. They got an agenda, and if the agenda don't benefit you, you clap back on them. I don't care if it's the Republicans or Democrats in power. I don't care if it's Trump, Stump, EJ Bump. It don't matter. It's Kamala Harris or Philly Parrish. It don't matter whoever's in that position. If you don't follow the agenda of the American people should be able to recall your butt, but we know that ain't gonna happen. All right, so that's it on part one of Ricky Smiley losing it. He saw the election results, and we're doomed, y'all. We doomed. We doomed with no gloom. Oh God. Oh, it's over. The United States is done. Black people are done. They're gonna put us back.
Good morning. What's up?
It's playing now, so let me go ahead. All right, so Ricky Smiley comes back recently, and he began to talk about how bad it's gonna be again. Another prediction of how bad it's gonna be. Oh, he's president now. It's about to go bad. It's gonna be real bad. Oh, it's gonna be real bad. Let's listen to him.
How y'all doing this morning? I hope y'all having a blessed morning. Hey, look. So I was watching Morning Joe this morning, and I just want to have a conversation, let y'all know what's going on. So I'm watching Morning Joe, and I'm watching the news feed, and I'm watching them talk about all of the people that Donald Trump is appointing to the cabinet position, and I'm just watching them just spiral out about Cates being being over the Justice Department and talking about Kennedy being over whatever that position he's gonna fill that seat with.
You don't even know what it is.
And I don't think nobody on the news took Donald Trump serious when he said it ain't gonna be no more elections.
What a silly Negro.
Lord, here we go again. The man that never say there's not going to be any more elections. The man never said there's not going to be any more election. He said, hey, I need y'all to get out and vote for me in huge numbers. You only have to do this one time. And I got it. I got it from there. One time, get me in. I'm going to make America beautiful. It's going to be great. It's going to be beautiful. I'm going to make it beautiful for you Christians. I'm going to make it beautiful for you gun owners. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be great. It's going to be beautiful. All that crap. It's going to be good. It's going to be great. It's going to be beautiful. The man never, ever said there's going to be no more elections. So where the hell did he get this lie from? You're lying, Ricky. You're a liar.
It ain't gonna be no more damn elections. I don't care how much the news media complain and talk about this, that, and other. This ain't nothing compared to what's actually finna happen.
This nigga's scared.
Here comes the fear. Here comes the fear.
Yeah. It ain't gonna be no more elections. Hey, what's up, Miss Nelly Boo? It ain't gonna be no more elections. It ain't gonna be no more nothing. And nothing.
Then leave that big beautiful house that you got in this racist, horrible country that don't like black people. Leave, because this show look like you under oppression right now, bro. You look like you are under white racist suppression right now, based on how big your house is right now.
They have control of the House, the Congress, and the Senate. If you think the last Trump administration stretched y'all out, you have no idea as to what you.
Same old talking points from the election result nights. This is how you tell that he's been paid. Same old talking points. You got to go out there and repeat those talking points 5 times a day before we accept you into the fold.
In for? You have absolute what are evil? You have absolutely no idea what you in for. It ain't gonna be no more elections.
You don't have no idea what we in for. You just making up a bunch of bull crap. And people sit up there and listen to you. Folks, don't be listening to this fool just because he got a radio show. A radio show don't make you politically astute. It don't put you in a position where you in the political no. There's nothing in this thing that's saying we're not going to be able to have an election, that we're not going to continue to be a republic, a constitutional republic, aka what we call democratic society. There's no way. And we have a system in place to check people. And even though Republicans run it all, that's your fault, Democrats. Had you give black people, black men and women, what they want, you the one in a landslide. But no, you didn't want to do it, so we had to spank your butt.
He's gonna take over the military. They're gonna, I believe they're gonna do a mass deportation, like he said. And he have appointed people on his administration that's gonna do what he say do. He don't care about no Senate confirmations, none of that stuff. Whatever he appoint, whoever he appoint, whatever he say he wants done is gonna get done. And they don't care nothing about the Constitution. And democracy is over for the United States of America. Period. Period. Point blank.
Let me go back here.
And that's just a fact. You get done, and they don't care nothing about the Constitution. And
how do you know? Do you care about the Constitution? Ricky Smiley, you talking about somebody don't care about the Constitution? You probably don't know what's the first 10 subheadings of the Constitution. You probably don't even know. Most people don't know. When the last time you read the Constitution, dude? And some people know the Constitution more than you do.
Democracy is over for the United States of America.
Keep pushing that lie.
Period. Point blank.
Period. Point blank.
And that's just a fact. You can sit here and debate.
Democracy is over. It's over. That's it. Finito. Finished. Period. Point blank. Pow pow. Bang bang. It's over with. That's done. Might as well just go and get your own handcuffs and lock them on. Put yourself in chains. Deny them the opportunity to put you in chains. Put yourself in chains. Put yourself in chains. Because that's it. It's over with. Done. It is finished. Makuna Matata. It's over with.
About Matt Gaetz being over the Justice Department and all of these fascist, racist people that he's appointed to his cabinet.
He can't even say fascist. You got all these people like Matt Gaetz and all this Festus. Are you watching doggone Adam Family? All these Festus up here. Oh boy, Ricky know he lying. This dude know he lying. He getting paid to troll people. Send up that line out his behind.
Racist people that he's appointed to his cabinet. It ain't no black people. And debate about Matt Gaetz being over the Justice Department and all of these fascist, racist people that he's appointed to his cabinet. It ain't no black people on that cabinet. None.
All these fascist, racist, no black people on the cabinet. If he decide not to put black people on the cabinet, that's his decision. If he decide to put all black people on the cabinet, you still gonna hate him. You're gonna hate him if he had everybody on the cabinet black. He just using them. Then, brother, you can come on home. Well, you ain't got no cabinet position for me. He had Ben Carson on the cabinet, a couple other people. These people are something else.
And it don't matter if they was black, because if they was black, they would be Trump loyalists. And we in a bad position. I'm telling y'all right now, everything that was happening back in the Donald Trump days, the whole George Floyd days is coming back. Police immunity. They have the United States Supreme Court. They have the Senate, and they have the House.
First of all, George Floyd days ain't never left. They still choking people out. They still putting their knee on the back of people's head. They're still doing that. It's just not blatant because they're not able to catch it all on tape like George Floyd. And yes, they have the House and the Senate. Why? Because you didn't give black people what they want. You didn't listen to black men. You mock black men. You try to ridicule black men and try to shame them into voting. And black men are black men. You can't do that to real black men. They're going to prove you wrong. They're going to double down and say, Negro, if you don't get out my face with that bull crap before I punch you in your mouth, you don't come to me talking like that. I'm not your child. You don't come here trying to fear among me or scare me or try to ostracize me or poke fun at me or, you don't do that over here, man. I'll knock you out. Okay, that's mess somewhere else. This guy right here is something else.
And he's appointing people. I don't even think they're going to confirm everybody in the Senate. You know what I'm saying? People are already getting ready to resign from their position and post. Democrats always want to sit there and play nice and abide by. They don't play by Republican rules. That's why they always lose. You know what I'm saying? And they getting ready to eliminate everything. Everything as you.
This nigga like just lying. You lying, Ricky. Or they're just getting ready to eliminate everything. They're going to eliminate all. Just going to get rid of all. You can't just do that, man. Stop lying.
This nigga's scared.
You are Divine 9. You must have got an honorary degree. Did you go to high school? These are basic civic lessons in high school. It just don't happen that way, dude. Ain't nobody going to be able to break that. Trump, nobody. He going to have the army on his side? No. The army still got it. They still have to go through a check and balance system. Before the army can go do anything, the president got to get a high approval from the House and the Senate, and it has to be signed off, and it has to be something legit, not no bull crap. Sit on here just lying, same old talking points, same old. It's over with. It's done. Finito. We ain't gonna be able to vote no more. Voting is done. I guess y'all didn't listen to Donald Trump when they say there ain't gonna be no voting. And the man ain't never said that, fool.
Lies. Oh, lies!
They gonna tear up everything. Ain't gonna be no more. It's gonna be one authoritarian government. We ain't gonna have no House, Senate, none of that stuff. Post office, everything. You ain't gonna be able to get your mail. You ain't gonna be able to get your nails done no more. Trump gonna take over that. Forget your eyelashes.
Lies. Oh, lies!
As you know it. So we're gonna be. We would be lucky to be in a constitutional crisis.
We're a constitutional republic. That's why we ain't got to worry about nobody changing this government. This government can't change like that. It has to be an effort of the people and the government.
But we won't be in no kind of crisis like that if there's no constitution. And
you can't get rid of a constitution. It's there. You can amend it, you can update it, but you got to do that in large numbers too. That's not changing. They're not ripping up the Constitution. Especially those guys. Those guys can't claim to be purveyors of the Constitution. They do everything by the Constitution, and you Democrats don't. You rig your own elections. You run off people in your own party. You shame and criticize anybody that don't think like you, to the point that they leave the Democratic Party and join another party. This is on you, Democratic Party. You.
And you finna see a way. You finna see them governing in a manner that you had never seen before.
Here we go.
And it ain't nothing we can do. And it's real. And all of this stuff.
How do you know, Rick? What is your evidence of that? How do you know? You just talking the talk. You just yipping and yapping and gibbering, jabbering, and you don't have no evidence. You just sit up here saying bald-faced lie after lie after lie after lie, and you have no receipts. You have no invoice. You have nothing to back up what you just saying. Oh, it's gonna be over with. Frog legs is gonna be $35 a pound. Who buying frog? But that's how Ricky talking right now. When I hear him talk about what's getting ready to happen to the country, he might as well say, frogs, you can get a bag of frogs for $2. They already cooked too. You don't like them green frogs? Boy, these green frogs, they'll turn red. Boy, they're delicious. They got them on sale for $2. Because that's just how you sound to me, talking about foolishness. You can get some cheese with that too.
Right now, everything that's going on right now is the quiet before the storm. You make sure that you keep this video. This day is the quiet before the storm.
Didn't he say that the last video? Make sure you mark this date. Mark my video. Mark it. Read them and weep. Weep them and read. Mark this day. Date is marked. That I said it with my own mouth. That is over with. It's done. Finito. This is it. That's all, folks. But deep. It's over with. Mark my word. Watch this video. Yeah, it's over with. Hide your kids. It's done. We ain't got no republic. We ain't got nothing. We're Russian now. We're German now.
This nigga's scared.
This is crazy. We can sit up here and talk about him being a convicted felon and every damn thing else. It don't matter. It don't matter. And you finna see something you ain't never seen before in this country. Hell, you think you think it was something in the 60s? You finna see some stuff. I wouldn't be. And why everybody acting like this? They so surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if they say buses for black people and buses for white people and black people got to sit in the back of the plane.
Wait a damn minute. Wait a damn.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
You hear this Negro? This Negro that lost his marbles, man. All this fear mongering, it done came from the media, done got into him, and now he's trying to get it from you. It's like a virus. And he's trying to put it in you. I'm surprised. I was surprised. Now the MTA gonna have separate trains. You're gonna have a black train. You're gonna have a white train. Dude, we live in New York City, man. Ain't no way in hell they're gonna have a train for white people and train not for everybody, man. Oh yeah. Black people gonna have to get on their own busted up train now. They're gonna have to get on the B train, the B1 train, the black first train. Latinos gonna have to get on the L1 train. The L1 train, and all white people gonna be on the W train. I'm telling you, that's the way it is gonna be, because that's the way it is. That's where we headed. That's where we headed. I'm telling you. Mark my word. Mark this video. Man, if you don't shut your mouth up, Ricky.
Stupid ass house.
With that foolishness.
Not be surprised. It's gonna be a lot of stuff going on. It's gonna be a lot of death. It's gonna be a lot of killings. It's gonna be a lot of black people that say, "Hey, I'm not my."
He doesn't go into. It's going to be a lot of death. It's going to be a lot of killing. Man, it's already death and killing. That's part of life, man. That's part of life. Look at this fool.
My ancestors, and I'm not going to go through this. Some black people gonna die before they go back to being anything close to slavery, and you're gonna have a bunch of racists.
Who's talking about slavery?
Don't act like I'm fucking crazy, nigga.
Black people they'd rather die than become so, and they should. If this really gonna go down here like you said, Nostradamus or Negrodamus, if it's gonna go like you gonna say, we better get ready to fight. That's right, we better get ready to fight because it's over. It's over. I don't know what to say, but it's over. We got, we about to go to slavery. Black people ain't gonna, some of us gonna die. Someone gonna die because we ain't gonna be putting up with that. Dude. Calm your little emotional tail down.
If you don't sit your dramatic ass down.
You sound like a bee-itch. B-E-E-I-T-C-H. You sound like a bee-itch. What's about to go down, I don't know, but it's over with. I'm just going to tell you that, there's going to be a whole lot of killing going on. They're going to be killing up a lot of black people, and police going to get all kind of immunities, and we got all the fascists and the fascists and the racists. You know, man, America's dead. It's gone now. It's gone. It's no more. Poof. Harry Houdini.
Idea to just out here killing black folks, knowing that ain't nothing gonna be done about it. It's gonna get dangerous. So, enjoy this quiet. Enjoy the last few months of this Biden administration, because you're getting ready to see something you ain't never seen before. You can sit up here and talk.
How many times he said that? You know, sound like a rapper. Get ready. You're about to see something you never seen before. This Negro, man. Spreading fear. He pushing this fear mongering in that big old gigantic house he's got. A little grand piano way up in the cut. But we about to go to doom and gloom. Sell your house and move to Nigeria, Ricky. Get out of there. If we're about to go doom and gloom, Ricky, sell your house. Sell it to me for $20 and move to Africa. Since it's going to get that bad. If it's going to get that bad, you're going to do the shortest sell in your life. $20. Give me, let me get the house. And you can carry your behind to Tanzania somewhere.
Talk about, y'all can sit up here and make posts and make videos about all of this stuff and all of these people who he's appointing. We are headed into a dictatorship. So, I don't know if you got ever.
We've been in a dictatorship, son. Every doggone president has been dictating their will over the people's will. Their vision over the people's vision. That's the dictator. It don't have to be somebody in that control the army and wear some, cool looking suits. No, ain't that. We about to be a dictatorship. Like Joe Biden ain't dictating. All y'all gonna get this shot, or you ain't gonna have no job. That ain't dictating. Get out of here.
Get out of the country, or save your money, or be prepared to defend yourself and defend your family. It's open season, and once he gains control of the military,
it's open season, and once he get control of the military,
and they already have control of the House, and he are only appointing people that's going to be loyal to him and not the Constitution. To him, only going to be appointing people that's loyal to him. See,
how do you know this, Ricky? How? Everybody who hires somebody want people to be loyal to them in their vision. Your pastor wants you to be loyal to him in the vision. That's just how it is. You're gonna work for somebody. They expect you to be on a mission for the company and for the visionary of the company. This guy's just talking crazy.
Don't act like I'm fucking crazy.
They sitting up here talking about Trump picks Tulsi Gabbard to be director of national intelligence. They can talk about all this stuff all day, because it ain't none of it gonna matter. Because all of them who he's picking, he's making sure that they are loyal to him. Yeah.
You don't know Tulsi Gabbard. Tulsi Gabbard is a former Democrat that they had to call out y'all cheating in 2016, man. And the Democratic Party hate her for that. And they call her all kind of names. So no, everybody on there can't be no loyalists. And what if they were? Wouldn't you want people to be loyal to Joe Biden? All y'all talk about, if somebody don't go along with Joe Biden's vision, you're going to have a heart attack. So now Trump is in power. You don't think the people going to be loyal to Trump? They're going to be loyal to Trump. He's going to have loyalists, people loyal to him, not the Constitution. And Joe Biden didn't have people loyal to him and not the Constitution? Because it's very unconstitutional to force somebody to take medication in their body when they don't want to. But Joe Biden forced it anyway.
All of this right now is just a quiet before the storm, because Inauguration Day, you're going to start seeing it's going to be chaos. Not even Inauguration Day. Once he get in office and start putting stuff in place and doing mass deportation, seeing families being torn apart, people crying, it's going to be chaotic as hell. I don't know how they're going to do it. I don't know where they're going to get the money from. I don't know what kind of camps they're going to be setting up. But
this nigga done lost it, man.
I told you that bitch crazy.
Let's let him finish losing it.
Headed into a dictatorship. We headed into a dictatorship. Save your money. Stock up on everything. Be prepared to protect yourself. Be prepared to die if you have to, because a lot of people it's gonna be chaotic as hell.
So peace. Y'all have a nice day now.
There you go. Have a blessed day.
See? Oh, it's about to go down. Oh, we the fastest, and the furious fastest people are taking over. They own the House and Senate and the garage over there across the street and barbecue joint over there 2 blocks over. They got it all, y'all. They got it all. I'm telling you, we about to go through. We about to see something you ain't never ever seen in your doggone life. I know you seen a lot, but you ain't never seen none yet, because we about to go through hell and high water, and high water through hell. I'm telling you, y'all hide your mamas, get your granddaddies and your grandbabies, and get them all up in the truck and leave. Just get away. Go somewhere. Get out of here, because it's about to go down. It's about to go down. The third right, fourth right, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, and right is back. And that's it. I ain't got nothing else to say. I'm gonna leave the rest of D.L. Hughley. So, folks, you still got these media pundits. The election is over with, and now instead of bringing it down, because you really don't have no evidence or proof of what you're talking about, you're just talking out the side of both sides of your neck and your behind, and you're fear mongering. You're allowing the devil, the Lord of fear, to use you to plant these fears in other people. And both of you scared.
This nigga's scared.
And now if you continue to get that to spread, you're going to have a nation of people that are walking around in fear. And that is the number one setup for destruction of a world civilization. When you get out of walking in faith and you walking in fear, you better be able to kiss this goodbye. It's not the Trump that's going to destroy this nation. It's your fear. It's your fear that will cause things to happen, not Trump. Don't get me wrong, Trump can do some stupid stuff. He'll have the ability to do it, and he probably will do it. All presidents do stupid stuff. Programs that you're not even going to agree with, that they're going to do it anyway, and you don't have to call them out on the carpet for it. But at the end of the day, we ain't going nowhere, Ricky. We're going to be here for the next 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 years until Jesus tarries coming. Until the Lord say that's it. We ain't going nowhere. And Negro, you ain't either. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'm out of here. Peace.